Hey folks, welcome back. This is Chris once again with Nadab Africa. This video is a summation of events over the past few days that started occurring over the weekend and continued into midweek this week regarding the Veld fires out of control in the Free State in South Africa. Now, multiple news reports have confirmed that over 100,000 hectares of land in the northwestern part of the Free State in the vicinity of Hoopstad, Christiana, and Herzogsville have burned. And that's about 247,000 acres for those of us in the UK and the US. 247,000 acres, or 386 square miles. Folks, 386 square miles is the surface area of São Tomé and Príncipe. So this is the equivalent of burning every square centimeter, every square inch of the entire country of São Tomé and Príncipe. 386 square miles. Now, just for context, there are very few people living in this agricultural area in the Northwestern Free State, but in São Tomé and Príncipe, that 386 square miles holds 202,000 people as a population. Now, this fire has killed countless game and livestock. The damage is still being assessed. And also, of more significance, a local farmer, Tevi Nell, 28 years of age, received second and third degree burns. In the last reports, most recent information, he's in the hospital on a respirator. So thoughts and prayers out to Tevi Nell, who went out to try to stop this fire. But again, as a caution to people who are not trained firefighters and those trying to assist and volunteer, the fire is a very dangerous situation and it calls for expertise. Something that apparently was lacking from the government of South Africa and from the Free State, with virtually no assistance by any reports indicating any fire brigades had been called out. Now, we'll talk about fire brigades and the call for fire brigades and the racist language from the economic freedom fighters that took place on the 16th of October in Senegal, a mere 48 hours before these Veld fires began, reportedly at 4 a.m. in the morning, which is interesting. Now, as of today, Wednesday, 21st of October, about 4 or 5 hours ago, officials are reporting that these fires have been contained. This 100,000 hectare fire that was out of control is contained. A local farmer, Gijs Olivier, has said that there are some minor flare-ups from place to place, but police spokesman Brigadier Montansi Makrela has confirmed that the fires are contained. And this is Jack Armour, I should say, also from the Free State Agricultural Organization, said they sent spotter planes up looking around, and they did see no signs of any further conflagration. So it appears that the fire is contained for now, and perhaps it's out altogether. But this reportedly started as a consequence of protest over service delivery in the Tokologo municipality, where protesters were apparently burning tires, and either this fire got out of control or it was intentionally pushed into the high Veld and spread this conflagration in an area that's been suffering from drought and a lack of rainfall, and it just went up like a tinderbox. Unfortunate. Now, 17 people appeared in the Herzogsville Magistrates Court on Tuesday, yesterday, facing charges of public violence and malicious damage to property. 11 of them had been arrested on Sunday, and a further 6 were arrested on Monday. So police have been pursuing this matter, but the all 17 of them were granted bail at Rand 1,000. 1,000 Rand, folks, is $61.46 at current exchange rates. So they damage 100,000 hectares of property potentially, if in fact they're guilty of this, over their either negligence or their malicious conduct, whichever it is. And the government grants them bail for $62. These are dangerous people. One person is in hospital with third-degree burns. Thousands of animals have been killed. Others have been forced to be euthanized. Veterinarians are out busy euthanizing livestock that have been burned and damaged and harmed by this so they don't suffer. It's unbelievable, folks. Now, there have been a number of folks who have attributed this to a song sung by the economic freedom fighters in their racist rally that took place on the 16th of October in Senegal. Why do I say racist? Listen to the 20 minutes of race-based vitriol that's spewed by Julius Malema at that rally on the 16th of October. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Distorting history, lying about land possession. It wasn't even the topic there. Lying about why people were there, and also the race-based baiting that he was doing, in addition to his other folks who were there up on the stage with him. Then they sang this song. Of course, we know famously that the EFF supporters in their thousands sang "Kill the Boer," shoot, shoot, shoot to kill, shoot to kill. singing in English, not in a local language, so that we make sure the international press can understand it. And they're willing fellow travelers, the New York Times, who failed to report the true story about the thousands of EFF supporters singing that song, only mentioning that a handful of them singing in a bus, which was a lie. Tell the truth. That's a partial fact, and the omission makes it a lie. But the economic freedom fighters also sang a song, Call the Fire Brigades, Call the Fire Brigades, Burn the Boer, Burn the Boer, Burn them out. And less than 48 hours later, we see Veld fires in the Free State. Is it coincidence that there were Veld fires over a so-called service delivery? Is it coincidence that there's a stock theft ring that's active near Paul Rue, and that the police and the government claim that the murder of Brendan Horner was not race motivated, that it's simply tied to stock theft? There's a lot of coincidences here, folks. A lot of coincidences here. But I will say unequivocally that the murder of Brendan Horner was not related to stock theft. The Brendan Horner murder is clearly an act of terrorism. Whether the terrorism is politically motivated to scare people off the farms so that a different dispensation can take place, or it's politically motivated because of a stock theft ring with ties to law enforcement and government officials, is yet to be determined. But whatever the case is, there's no doubt it was domestic terrorism meant to frighten people off the land. That's what happened in Brendan Horner case. In this case, though, folks, it's a bit distressing to see people cause so much carnage, so much damage, and be offered bail for $61.46, 1,000 Rand. It's beyond insulting and a joke. Meanwhile, in an actual case in which the defendant has been charged with terrorism, inciting violence, and attempted murder because he slapped a police officer, Andre Pinar was remanded, denied bail, and now will spend 6 weeks in jail, a single person who damaged no property, who injured no persons, who killed no one. Well, he did injure. He just slapped a police officer. So there you go. There you go. That is an injury. So, but not exactly a lasting injury, not even a mark. But he's caused none of this mayhem. And these 17 defendants who've been accused in the Herzogsville Magistrates Court were granted bail. Now, a few of them couldn't get out, but the rest got out on bail. So are they free now to go torch other things under so-called protest delivery? So for the folks that are trying to go 1 + 1 = 27, let me just state unequivocally here that we know there was a fire. Purportedly, it's a result of service protest, although that seems to be questionable to me. Tevinel is in the hospital now, suffering from third-degree burns on a ventilator. Thousands of cattle, sheep, game have been killed. Property damage, homes lost as a consequence of this. Whether it's through intentional terrorist action or this is simply negligence, whatever the case is, the ruling African National Congress is negligent here. Where the hell is the ANC at? And I don't want to hear about the police coming after the fact and arresting people and discussing this. I want to talk about the fact that they're not out there preventing this sort of thing and allowing members of the economic freedom fighters to call for insurrection, civil war, and domestic terrorism, and not doing anything about it. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. It's out of control. The African National Congress is derelict in their duty to protect South Africans. And this is the latest example, whether it's a terrorist action meant to chase people off the land, or it's simply people who are not obeying the rule of law. The abandonment of the rule of law in South Africa and the fact that the government is doing nothing to dissuade people from it is pathetic, and it's beyond belief. The ultimate and most important human right is the right to life. And the right to life is a very precarious situation in South Africa right now. Folks, if you're not a subscriber to Chris White Africa, consider a moment becoming a subscriber by pushing that subscription button right down there at the bottom. And be sure to toggle the bell icon to be notified of any updates I have, whether it's a live feed or it's one of these videos. And finally, the last thing I'd like to share with you is that, please smash the like button. Sorry if I'm a little distracted here at the end. My phone is doing all kinds of things, and people walking by the car distract me a little bit. But please smash the like button, because likes drive viewership, and these are important topics that the mainstream media will not report. And when they do report it, they report it in a dishonest fashion, like the New York Times did with its story on the 16th of October, neglecting and omitting key facts about what actually happened in Senegal. Anyway, folks, thanks you for support. Thanks for your patronage and for following the channel, and God bless and have a good day. And prayers and wishes out to Tevinel's family. I hope that it recovers. It's a rather sad and unfortunate situation, And let's try to get the government of South Africa to do its job in the future and stop this nonsense from happening and return to a country that lives by the rule of law.